everybody. This is Claude Chalk, Chalk Strength and Wellness LLC. The new year is upon us. I'm so excited because every time the new year comes around, it gives us a chance to start fresh and make new goals and get new accomplishments and gain new successes in our lives and get rid of old habits and old issues and old thoughts. Everything that is negative, we can totally wipe them out and start over fresh. Um, I love the new year. This video is going to be particularly catered towards the concept of self-discipline. I think that is the key to any success, fitness-wise, success-wise. Uh, just most things in life comes down to self-discipline. And I'm going to give you guys 6 tips to be self-disciplined in 2013. Um, I can personally say that over the past 8 years of me being fit and healthy is all devoted to me being disciplined within myself. Like me taking a conscious effort to know that I have to stay focused on this particular task and follow through on this particular goal and to be the best me possible. It all comes down to me delaying gratification and staying empowered and challenging myself and controlling my impulses. Self discipline, once again, has brought me from this to this. And you guys understand that this it is hard to be disciplined. It is very hard to be disciplined. But these 6 tips should help you become disciplined. Tip number 1, make specific goals for yourself. You have to make specific goals that are achievable, goals that are realistic, and like you just have to make them a challenge, but don't make them too hard that you'll, oh, I don't feel like doing this today, or oh, this is impossible. Like, set realistic goals that you can see. Let's give you an example. You're going to the gym for the first time and you haven't worked out, and you're like, I'm going to work out today. I'm going to get back in shape for 2013. Then you get to the gym, uh, you look around, you see all the equipment, you see all the people working out, you see the trainers, and you're like, oh man, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know where to start. The best thing you should do is set a little goal for yourself before you get to the gym, as far as, okay, I'm going to run on the treadmill. And when you run on the treadmill, say, I'm going to try to run a mile. And then you get on the treadmill, you run the mile, look at the time. The time is probably about 10, 12 minutes. The first time you ever done it. You'll set a goal for yourself and say, by next week, I'll take a minute off of my mile. And you can set that goal, and then next week I'm gonna take another minute off that mile. And then you can give yourself a realistic, serious goal. By next month, I want my mile to be from 10 minutes to 6 minutes or 7.5 minutes, whatever your goal may be. And it's more realistic because you can see yourself achieving these goals step by step. Um, One of my favorite quotes is like a Chinese proverb, and it says, "The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step." One step. Like all you have to do is take one step, and then you just keep following after another step, after another step, after another step. So just continue to make specific, or start to make specific, achievable, attainable goals that are realistic. Make them specific. I can't stress that enough. You have to make them specific. Tip number 2, visualize. I love to visualize. Like when I first train a client and it's their first time and they tell me their goals that they want to achieve and where they want to be at and where they see themselves at, I immediately get excited because I already begin to visualize their success for them, or uh, where I see them after they achieve their goals, and it just excites me. And I think that's what you have to do also. When you visualize something, it'll kind of make you feel good on the inside. It'll give you a sense of empowerment. And when you have that sense of empowerment, you can do anything. Like no one can tell you what to do. Now, don't just visualize and say, I want to bench press 250 pounds and don't take the steps to do so. Visualization should just be the first step to get you motivated. And then once you become motivated, then you take the next step and actually do it. So a lot of times visualization plays as like a key primary focus. So get you in a mindset of, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I see myself here. I see myself achieving this. And once you see it in your mind, then no one can stop you. Like there's another one that says, run your mind, don't let your mind run you. Now, when you focus and visualize on something and you see that end result, it should make you feel like such you should get such a rush. And that'll keep you self disciplined also because you already see yourself in the zone or see yourself somewhere and you're not going to allow anything to stop you. Um, Tip number three, write down your goals. When you write something down and you look at it and you follow through on it, you'll go back to it and see the progress that you've made over time. Also, when you write something down, it keep you accountable because you'll say something and you'll forget about it. But if you write it down and you put it up on a refrigerator or keep your note card on you or keep a 3x5 card in your pocket or in your wallet or something like that and you see it daily on a daily basis, it'll make you uh, feel accountable for yourself because you wrote this thing down and you see it in your face every day. Write down everything, and also it'll make you feel good because if you write down your goal, let's say you went hill sprints today for the first time you ever done hill sprints and you've done 5 hill sprints. Okay, you log in your book or on a note card, 5 hill sprints on Wednesday. And you see next Wednesday come around and you see those hill sprints on Wednesday. It'll make you want to go back and knock out 6 maybe or whatever. Or if you go to the gym and go run your mile on the treadmill or go do squats and you write that down, I did 20 squats today. That'll make you feel good because it's a goal that you achieved, but you wrote it down. So it really reinforces that action that you've done because you can see it. You can actually see it and go back to it as a point of reference. So make sure you write everything down. It'll keep you accountable for yourself. It'll make you feel good and empowered because you are really seeing your goals achieved because you're writing them down and you're attacking them and knocking them off the list one by one. And also it'll just it'll make you just want to continue to challenge yourself to be better. 4, learn to make sacrifices. When you sacrifice things, it's hard. Like you really have to learn how to focus in and sacrifice things that aren't going to make you better sometimes. Like it's easy to be lazy. Everyone wants to be lazy. It takes no work, it takes no effort. But when you make those sacrifices, it'll kind of keep you on track with all the goals that you have already set in place, that you already written down. It'll help you stay on board with your visualization, and also it'll kind of help you get stronger as a person. I think one of the major problems in America, if you want to say is a problem, or just say, let's say difficulties in America, is that we're too attached to every one person, any one person, thing, place, whatever. Like we're attached to everything, and we need to learn how to detach and not let it affect us emotionally, mentally, or physically. When you give a sacrifice, it may hurt for the moment, but eventually you'll get stronger because you're building up self-control and more self-discipline. And I think making sacrifices really is bullet point number one on self-discipline sub point, you know. But learn how to make sacrifices. You can say one day I'm not going to watch TV for an hour. I'm going to focus on my business. Or for a week, I'm not going to eat chocolate. I'm going to totally focus on my diet. I'm going to go to the gym at 8 in the morning every day or 6 in the morning every day. I'm going to make a effort to sacrifice hanging out on the weekends to go work out on the weekends instead of hanging out on Friday night and being hungover the next day or whatever. Like learn how to make sacrifices to make yourself better. Self discipline comes with that. Like you have to make sacrifices. If you don't, you're just selling yourself short. You'll be off the bandwagon of fitness in no time. Like you have to make those sacrifices. Five, prove them wrong. Everyone has haters. Sometimes you're your own worst hater. Like you have to prove yourself wrong at times. And when you prove people wrong or you prove yourself wrong, like that'll reinforce self discipline and also reinforce your confidence in yourself to work harder to achieve your goals. You have to look at life like I can conquer it. No one can stop me. And also look at all of the habits that you've had in your recent past that held you back as far as disbelief or selling yourself short. You got to prove yourself wrong and prove others wrong. You're always going to have a person to say, oh, they can't do this or they can't do that. So what? Prove them wrong with your continual progress. You can look at some sports players. Let me give you a guy, for example, Jerry Rice. He's pound for pound the best wide receiver in NFL history, but he was always looked at as the underdog, or no one even looked at him as going as being an NFL player. But he was the guy. He worked hard and he proved his doubters wrong each time. And Michael Jordan is the epitome of proving people wrong. This is the best basketball player of all time, arguably. And he was cut from his high school basketball team and told that he'll never be able to win a championship because he didn't know how to pass the ball or he was just a gunner. Saying he couldn't shoot. He was so athletic. All he could do was dunk and slash to the lane and score, but he couldn't shoot. And he's pound for pound the best competitor and one of the best mid-range shooters of all time and the one of the greatest champions of all time in any sport. And he's continually over his career as an NBA basketball player proven his critics wrong and proven himself wrong because he continued to challenge himself to be the best. That's what you have to do. You have to really challenge yourself, prove yourself wrong. And I bet every time you increase on a push up, every time you increase on a rep, on a dip, or a curl, or increase a minute on your or decrease a minute on your mile, or even increase a mile, you've proven someone wrong, whether it be yourself, whether it be a hater. But you always have to prove them wrong. That's tip number five. Tip number six to increase your discipline in 2013 is capitalize on your weaknesses. You must do this. Anyone who is good at one area of life and they just continue to do what they're good at and continue to do what they're good at, they're going to lack extremely in another area of their life. Make your weaknesses strengths and make your strengths stronger. Don't just cater to your strengths. One of my favorite players in the NBA today is Kevin Durant. He has a quote that says, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. To me, talent is God given. Everyone has talent, no matter what it is, whether you can be a great cook or a great sports player or a great teacher or a great mathematician or anything of those areas. But those are all talents that you were born with. The difference is that talent comes naturally. To hone it and make it the best skill, you have to work on that. And that means working on another area of yourself. You go into the gym and work out on things that you like, and that's all you do, you will not make yourself better all the way around. Mentally, you'll not make yourself all the way around physically because a body part is going to eventually compensate for itself, and you'll eventually cause an injury over time. You'll eventually underdevelop muscle, and also you'll eventually uh, gain arthritis. You must capitalize on your weaknesses. And when you capitalize on your weaknesses, you'll become the best ever. Work on things that you hate. I tell my clients that all the time when they tell me, "Oh, I hate doing squats or I hate doing leg press." Well, since you hate doing them, those are something that you need to do more so you can learn to like them. We're all creatures of habit. It takes 21 days to develop a habit, they say. I think you are, whatever you do over and over again, you'll become it. So just work on your habits and make your habits strengths. And when you make your strengths stronger and your weaknesses strengths, you'll be a all around better person because you don't have to worry about being inadequate in this area or being inadequate in that area. And it also reinforces your self discipline because you know that you can do it. You're not apprehensive on doing something because you don't think you're strong enough to do it. And once you do that, you'll be on the road to success. Guys, this is Claude Chalk from Chalk Strength and Wellness LLC. Feel free to email me, chalkstrength at gmail. I'm here. I love to give you guys advice and inspire you and to motivate you and make your life the best that I can with all the advice and the help that I can give you guys. Remember to email me at chalkstrength at gmail and Happy New Year's.